what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Hello, welcome back to the Achirize TV. My name is Tracy Achieng and I am so pleased to have you here. So today we're going to be talking about a few things, financial intelligence obviously, and we're going to be referring from the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I'm going to be talking about the story of Robin Hood and how the take from the rich crowd came up, and also we're going to be talking about the 4 fundamentals of financial intelligence. 4 fundamental keys of financial intelligence, the financial IQ, something that Robert Kiyosaki calls the financial IQ. And our main focus is from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So Robin Hood lived in the, let me say, I don't know if it's 1800 or the 1900. He came up with the so-called idea of take from the rich. So him together with his men, they would rob the rich. They'd take from the rich so that they can give it to the poor. They believed in taking from the rich to give to the poor, making the rich pay taxes so that it can cause equality with the poor and everything. So he was an economist, I guess, not a capitalist. And with time, the government also, people voted, the poor and the middle class voted for the rich to be taxed by the government. So the government taxed the rich and taxed the rich, and when the government had so much of money, a pools of money, they realized that their greed, their need for more money also grew. But one thing was lacking, one thing was amiss. That was fiscal management of this money. They did not know how to manage the money. They lacked financial intelligence. So with time, the government formed a way of ensuring even the middle class and the poor were taxed. So this idea of taxing the rich by the middle class and the poor later came to affect the poor and the middle class who had voted for that law to tax the rich. But the rich found a way of not being taxed. So when that came with the rise of corporations, the rich used corporations to avoid being taxed. So here's how corporations work. Corporations allow, when you have corporations, you are able to spend fast, spend everything, then you are taxed from what is remaining. And that's how the rich avoid being overtaxed. The rich won't just sit there and watch themselves being taxed and do nothing. They have the money, they have the power, and they have the intent. They have the money, and you know the golden rule. The one who has the gold makes the rules, obviously. They can hire attorneys, they can hire accountants. They also are able to persuade the politicians to change the laws in their favor. So here is how the rich play it. They know the laws. They know all the laws, and they are able to influence and avoid being taxed. So the poor and the middle class who spend their time, they wake up and they go to work to pay taxes. So the middle class and the poor have a lot of things in common, but the most common is that they work for money. The rich do the opposite. They have their money work for them. So the poor and the middle class would wake up every morning to go and work for money so that they can pay taxes. That is the rat race. They teach the children to go to school, get to college, have good grades, find a secure job so that they can get up every morning to go and work for money and pay taxes rat race. They're stuck in the rat race the rest of their lives. And this is how it happens. Robert Kiyosaki says that about people work for about January to mid-May paying taxes before they can start paying. It's an estimate. You work for over 5 to 6 months paying taxes first to the government, and the more money you make, the more you are taxed. One thing for sure. And there's also the power and how people control it. So when you work for money, you surrender the power to your employer. But when you have money work for you, you are able to keep and control the power. So let's talk about the 4 broad areas of financial expertise, financial IQ. The first one is accounting. Accounting, the left side of the brain, the details. When you're responsible for more money, you need to be accountable, accurate, go into the details. That is the accounting part of it. Let me see if I'm forgetting something. I had written my notes, so here is it. The more money you're responsible for, the more accuracy is required. Financial literacy is the ability to read and understand financial statements. Then the second one is investing. That's the science of money making. It's the creativity part of financial IQ. Then the third one is that was the second one. The third one is understanding markets. The science of supply and demand. You understand the markets. And the fourth one is the law. The knowledge of tax advantages and protection provided by corporations, which the rich use to their advantage, because the corporations allow them to spend fast, spend, then they're taxed from what is remaining. So if you have the four fundamentals of financial literacy, you're good to go. You're good to go. And one thing you should take care of corporations, and then the laws. You understand the laws and how you can always benefit from them. And then the poor dad used to advise Robert Kiyosaki to find a self-secure job and start climbing the ladder towards success, climbing the ladder, the corporate ladder. Then when he told his rich dad about what his poor dad advised him, the rich dad chuckled and laughed and said, why not on the corporate ladder? Why not on the corporate ladder? Small steps. When you have it in your mind that you want to change, you want to get rich, you want to get out of the rat race, it's possible. Someone said imagination is preview to life's coming attractions. So when you can always improve by 10%, you need to consider how you can improve by 100%. That is it for today. Till next time again. Goodbye.
Say what you wanna say to me